Good morning, Cam Newton.
What's going on?
How you doing?
Sensational.
Couple things to get out of the way first. Curtis screwed up on getting you the nickname information, so that's not on you. That's on Curtis, Kurt Dougie, and we'll work on the nicknames for next week. Okay?
Are we serious right now?
Yeah. Why are you? Wait, you didn't get the info, right?
What are we talking about? Listen. Just because one person fails, that means another person has to step up their game.
Oh,
Well,
So therefore, Big Boogie ready for y'all nicknames, man. Are y'all ready?
nice.
Oh, should we do that first, or should we do that at the end?
At the end, I think.
At the end. At the end.
It's exciting.
Are we fully loaded? I heard about Wiggy.
Yeah.
Is he in studio or he
No.
is calling us virtual?
No, he's joining us virtually. He's so obsessed with you that he went out and tried to get the coronavirus.
Yeah, I'm on the mic, man.
While I was doing my research, I can tell you, Wiggy,
Yeah?
and I say this with all respect, wear your damn mask. How about that? If you wear your mask, you'll be good. I mean, I've seen you. I've seen you on your Instagram, which I was very empowered, and you thought you was bulletproof. Just like I thought I was too, and everybody else.
Okay.
If you wear your mask, you're a believer, and then we'll start with that. But whenever you guys want it, it's hot off the press like Krispy Kreme donuts. So you just let me know when you guys ready. I have my merit behind my nicknames, and you just let me know when you're ready, Greg.
All right, we'll do it. Let's do it at the end because I want to talk about that football game. And the entire country was picking against you guys last night. Were you able to use that for? Were you guys able to use that for motivation?
No. I mean, we just want to win. That's enough motivation for itself. I think, for us, man, we don't. Well, I know I don't get too much into what people say and how, other people's opinions about what we know has to get done. I just think we responded as a team very well, and I don't want to necessarily get into like what they said versus what we did. They didn't believe us, so we did X, Y. It's not necessarily important. This is not the first time nor the last time where somebody picked against us, and we just got to make sure that we're getting better from this point forward as we have been doing these last couple of weeks.
Your answer will probably be the last win is always the best win, but was that your best win with this Patriots team?
No, it's the next win.
What about weather-wise? Rank that game as far as games that you've played in weather-wise. Is that the worst?
Oh, I wouldn't say it's the worst. It was very challenging. And, ball security was at its all-time high yesterday. So, for us, we just have to make sure that, we continue to protect, the gold on the field. And that's the old pigskin. And, at times it's hard to throw. Sometimes it was hard to, catch snaps, field punts, catch, downfield. But at the end of the day, nobody necessarily cares. You just have to do your job. And, I'm just so happy, that we were able to, achieve that in ways that we know we can do, but we just got to keep doing it here moving forward.
Cam, one of the things that you talked about last week about winning against the Jets being contagious, what was the approach, heading into the Baltimore game about keeping that message going, about being able to put, one win together, then put 2 wins together? I know you've talked about that before. Now you get the second win. What's kind of the approach moving forward here as you guys get ready to head to play Houston?
I mean, I'm not going to sit up here and say I'm a prophet. I'm not going to sit up here and say I told you so. I'm not going to sit up here and rant and rave. But I've always believed and still do believe, that we were close, and I do believe that, it only takes one. This NFL season is very fickle already in 2020, and I just know in the regular NFL season that it always has been said that the league changes every 2 weeks. So, no matter how good you feel about your team, no matter how bad you feel about your team, it'd be a different story every 2 weeks. So for us to have gotten that win and to have had close losses and knowing who we are as an offense, defense, and special teams as a whole team, it's just on us to make sure that we still, keep that faith and not go off the assumptions of, what our record is. Coach said it best. We are a good enough team to be better than what our record kind of displays, and we're just finding that out here. And we'll keep doing the same thing.
Speaking of prophets, last night post game you were talking about Bill and just how he prepares you guys. In the case of last night, almost as if he knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, it'll take Julian Edelman to be able to, describe Bill's, feng shui or his whispers that he has. I'm pretty sure, Bill called the football guys and told them to touch that thermometer, cut the wind extremely high, and then turn that rain from medium to tsunami-like. When the Baltimore Ravens got that ball last, and it's just good. In all seriousness, for us to have the preparation all week, at times, I go out there to practice and, I'm hoping, obviously being a captain of one of the captains of the team, Coach will give us some insight and say, well, we do have this 70-yard, 80-yard bubble that we're going to use for once, twice, or three times this week. The weather is not ideal. It's kind of windy, cold, and rain. So we're going to use the bubble today. Instead, Coach is like, whatever we get out there, we're going to practice in it. And we had an opportunity to practice in some type of weather like that. And, I think it was beneficial for us.
Boomer Esiason was on earlier and gave you an A for last night's effort. I'm guessing that the only thing that you might want back or might want to do over on is that throw to Jacoby, who was kind of wide open there in the end zone.
Yeah, it was like throwing a medicine ball, though. But you know what, man, listen, I knew it. I mean, as soon as it left my hand, I was just trying to. It was a couple of those throws, as a matter of fact, last night where it was just like, bruh, God, take the ball, and hopefully it just gets to the right place. But man, last night was fun. Winning is always fun, and I just wish that if you can convert that, especially playing a good team like Baltimore, a team that's kind of built to continue their offense, no matter what. We have to score points and put them in the predicament where they're not able to run the football like they were still able to do it, still being down. And I think with that last touchdown, if it was converted, then now I think it pushed the points either from 27 to 30. And, with them having 10 points, now they have to kind of press the panic button a little bit. And we didn't allow them to do that. And that was just on me.
Is this the most fun you've had in your career so far?
Why do we yet have to get in this game of yet so far career questions where it's just like, man, look, I'm just trying to win so I can stay in good graces, because I do know, that we haven't peaked as a team, let alone peak, personally. So, for me, I'm just trying to, like I said, get better each and every day. My job as a leader of this team, one of the leaders of this team, is to stay consistent, bring the juice, as Coach would say, and that's what I'm trying to do daily.
Cam, one of the things I try to do every week when we talk to you is try to take mental notes and then watch the game and see how you're able to go out there and kind of develop and head in the right direction. One of the things you said you needed to do a better job of a few weeks ago was making better decisions, especially with the football. Last night, there were two plays that stood out. There was a play where you hit a check down to Jakob Johnson, and then you also hit him in the flat. And so it was like two of those plays where I was looking, I was like, all right, he was looking, and looking and got to his last read, which was a check down. What are you doing differently as far as decision making that's putting you in that position to make those better decisions?
Well, it's simple. Having it be a conscientious thought each and every play. And, that's what it is. So for us, or for me personally, the ball touches my hands pretty much 99.9% of the snaps. And, and it in essence comes down to, how I respond to whatever the defense gives me. And, coach calls shots, coach calls these specific plays that it inevitably ends up with me making the final say. And sometimes knowing that if you have a shot play call, if you have a chunk play call, if you have just a play call, it's your job as the quarterback to get the offense in the best situation and leave the field with the ball.
Cam, I know that last week you had said that it was disappointing to not have been able to play in front of fans at Gillette yet, but I'm curious about TV coverage. Do you enjoy the primetime games, and is there any added motivation to perform knowing that the nation's watching?
I wouldn't say so. I mean, every game is pretty much especially being here in Boston, man.
Mm-hmm.
The fan support is like second to none, and not to say where I was before it wasn't good, because it was, but at the same time, you just try to find any type of competitive nature, to get yourself going, and it is tough sometimes not being able to have a crowd, because that momentum is just stale. You got to generate momentum on the sideline with the army that you brought, and for us, we've been able to generate that enough here, in the last couple of weeks.
As a high school quarterback, did Jacoby Myers lobby Josh for that play last night?
Jacoby can take the humble route, but I know personally Jacoby is, man, listen, in high school when he was on my 7-on-7 team, Jacoby arguably, without question, could throw it, I would say 65, 70 yards easily. With him having a baseball background, play baseball, and, it was always the short intermediate passes that Jacoby lacked. So when I seen him throw yesterday, I wasn't surprised. I've seen him throw it 1,000 times. I was just joking with him when he decided to play, and he heard it, and I was like, well, we got XYZ. And Jacoby looked, and he was like, huh? I said, yeah, we got, the play was called. And then he looks down, and he was like, damn, hold on. So everybody looking at him, look at his gloves. He's like, bro, I got to take off one of my gloves. So he took off one of his gloves. So Iz was like, you want my warm pouch so you can keep your hands dry? He's like, no. Hey, but hold my second glove too. It was just like we had a moment as an offense in that huddle, because we was coming off a TV timeout, and Jacoby was like, I'm like, bro, relax. And if you don't got nobody, just throw it to your check down, which is me, and I'm going to make something out of it. So when the play was called, when the play was snapped, somebody went straight to me. So I was like, dang, Jacoby, you ain't got nobody, so just throw it. And I was telling him, like, to throw it out of bounds or whatever, but, he ended up making the play. And when I looked at the play, on ESPN, I was like, what was my man doing? He was trying to keep his hands over Berkey's eyes, but it was just fun. And making those plays is something that we're going to need here moving forward a lot, especially getting to the second half of the season.
I mean, it's kind of like Edelman who at this point.
How dare you?
Know what I mean?
No.
How dare you?
No. Not that. Don't say that, man. Nah.
Well, you got the Texans
No, that's bad. No, that was
Texans
no, don't say that.
Texans on Sunday. So if you have started to look at them, what do you got to do?
Win. Simple. That's it. Let's keep this theme here moving forward, man. And I know a lot of teams who started off hot, are kind of planking, so to speak, while we just have to make sure that, we keep just getting better. And that's what it's pretty much going to come down to. So for us, it's not necessarily about this. It's not necessarily about that. But the main thing about just getting better. And that's it.
Kurt Doggy has a question for you.
Hey, Cam. Good to hear from you again this week.
Yes.
Great job last night. Question for you. Edelman, how's he look at practice? We're just talking about him. How close do you think he may be? Rumor has it that he's progressing well. Can you confirm?
I can't confirm. He's getting better. He's getting well. And, for him to be everything that he is, and I know he may be listening or he may be having his people listen, he's good, man. Just to see him in good spirits and knowing that we're doing our job as a team. So when he comes back, it's evident that he'll have help at that position. And we just need him to be healthy. We need him to, have that same steez that he's always had, but now being a little bit more healthy, he's now able to cut it loose without necessarily thinking. And I think that's all he wanted, and that's all we wanted as a team. So, for him, man, Julian Edelman is obviously a pinnacle. I would say, a person that's on Mount Rushmore of Patriots history over the years for everything that he has done and what he represents as a player. So, I'm just anticipating the day that he comes back.
Quarterback question of the week for Cam Newton is brought to you by Northeast Men's Health, with offices in Dedham near Legacy Place and in Salem, New Hampshire. Northeast Men's Health, the experts in men's sexual health, northeastmenshealth.com. And the texter would like to know if you think J.J. Watt is the best defensive player in the NFL.
No, what? What does that have to do with New England Patriots?
I see. All right. So only the New England. No, don't ask about personnel on any other team.
And I'd say Aaron Donald. He's pretty good.
Yeah, what are we doing?
It's Cam. It's the way I just read the text messages. I don't know what to tell you. I don't write the questions.
Yeah, but come on, we got to get a better. We can get a better question than that.
All right. Let's see. I can look through the text messages here. Well, here's a text that says, after 20 years of listening to Tom Brady, Cam Newton is an absolute pleasure to listen to. Cam fever is contagious.
What did that text message come from Curtis? I know that came from that had to have came from Curtis.
It was my burner.
All right. Before you go, let's
my burner.
Listen, since you put the time in, which I truly appreciate, let's get to the nicknames.
Here we go.
All
right. So who wants to go first? I figure. Let's say less. All right. When doing my research on my main man Wiggy, the nickname that I decided to come up with was Wiggy the Turn Up. Right.
Okay.
Ooh.
So every clip on your Instagram is either something where you blast in some good steez, some good music, and I'm liking it. I'm like, bro, Wiggy's coming from a workout. Wear your mask. He's doing something where he's not, abiding by the unspoken law in 2020, wear your mask. But I'm like, bro, the turn up is real. Like,
right.
He's playing music from Nipsey to everything. Now, I fools with that. And I like it. I love it. So there we go. It's Wiggy the Turn Up.
I appreciate
it. Don't change the information. And obviously, I love the love that you and your wife have. And that's hard to do coming from a person whose parents are still together after 35 years. So for anybody to have had the long stimulus of success in marriage, the patience.
Right.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate that, man. Our number one song is Juicy J. Juicy J. Every time we go out, we got a show out.
I'll tell you, every time I go out,
I got a show out.
Hey, okay. So, all right, boom. So that's Wiggy.
Okay.
Who's next?
You want to do Ken Laird?
Say less. Him being the producer, I was like, well, how can we go about this? All right. Then I started doing it. I'm like, well, it's evident. I was going to call him GDK. which stands for Girl Dad Ken. There's no doubt about it.
Oh,
He
Okay.
is a
He
girl
loves his
dad.
daughter.
all right.
And I was just looking. I was like, man, that's pretty cool, man. Coming from a father myself, man, I appreciate just his softness to his daughter, and I like that. So I call him Girl Dad Kid.
All right,
Thank you, Ken.
GDK. Are you sticking with Kurt Doggy for Curtis, or do you want to change that?
No, I want to put Curtis last.
Okay. Oh,
I just
okay.
want to
All
put
right.
him.
What
I
about
just want to put him last.
what about Danielle?
Okay, Danielle.
Yes.
I had to do some research on that. And this is, I'm a person that's into Greek mythology for what it's worth, and I want to call Daniela Diana.
Oh.
And Diana was a Greek goddess of domestic animals.
Oh.
There's no doubt about it that Danielle loves her animals.
I do.
From what I saw, a squirrel, I saw a dog, I saw a little rat. What was it? A little hamster?
Yes,
that?
Potato. This is Penelope Potato. She's left us, but she was lovely.
I apologize for
That's
that. My
okay.
condolences.
Thank you, Cam.
But
Thank you,
that's
Cam
what we're
Newton.
gonna. She loved her animals, and Diana was a Greek god of animals, and she was able to actually listen to. She was an animal whisperer. So, for what it's worth, I had thought the name was so fitting for Miss Danielle as Diana. Now, what we do with Diana, we don't want to go the Michael Jackson route with
Dirty
with the
Diana?
but I don't know. I don't think we'll say clean Diana. How about that?
All right, clean Diana.
Diana.
Clean Diana.
Let me write that down. I like that.
All right.
I like clean Diana.
All right, so we got. We'll save Curtis for last. Go ahead, I'm ready. Go ahead. What do you got for me?
Oh, you don't sound so excited.
No, I'm very excited, Cam. I cannot wait.
Okay, I was gonna, when I was thinking about it, rolling and scrolling, I was like, man, he is the in essence host, and wanted to respect that, and I was like, well, we can easily call him Boss Man Greg, but I didn't want to, have any type of hierarchy on the show. I didn't want my man Wiggy to turn up to be feeling, a certain type of way. I didn't want Clean Diana to be feeling, well, it's all about him. So I did even more research and scrolled. I was like, you know what? Greg is a person that, if given the opportunity post-COVID, I would really enjoy just a good vibe with him. Because when I scrolled down and did my research, obviously on your social, you have a mixture of good times, good people. You have a mixture of great photos of food, and you also have great photos of drink, like alcohol, like your stuff. So with that being said, I think Greg, the host, nickname has to be Good Steez Greg.
Okay.
Because it's like the steez that you bring is like, bro, like from the food to, the drinks to, I think you're just all about a good time, a good vibe, that you're a vibe curator. And that has to be mentioned. So that's where we are at.
I kind of like that.
It's Good
Now,
Steez
now,
Greg.
I like
now
that.
Cam, what we have to do is we got to educate Greg. Steez means your style, your stilo. So
Okay.
that's what Steez means.
My style.
It's like the vibe. It's like this aura that you
Right.
present. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you probably use it on or write it in Urban Dictionary to probably say anything about your style, but to go even more further, like it's like your like I just said, like your aura is like the thing that you kind of do. How you talk, how you walk,
Right.
your mannerism, your characteristic is your steez. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And
Yeah.
yeah.
My steez is vibing.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly, and I like it.
All right, and then let's get to Curtis. I can't wait on this.
Okay, here we go. My main man, Kurt. So, all right, when I was looking, I was like, all right, how are we going to, where are we going to go with this one?
I don't know.
And there's no doubt that you have an infatuation with the parts that are not here anymore, which I do respect and love. And I wanted to have some type of meaning. I didn't want to go the easy route by just calling you Thomas, Edward, Patrick, Brady the third. I didn't want to do that. So I had to, I was just like, let me kind of let it talk to me. And this name doesn't come by a shot. And the name that I thought was like, I'm going to call him Megamind. Megamind, because my kids are very into Disney and Pixar and all the characters, and you kind of favor the cartoon Megamind.
Oh my God!
Look at this.
But listen, it has merit. It has merit, ladies and gentlemen. It has.
Oh, my life.
Oh, that is great.
It has merit. So I was like, Curtis, I don't want Curtis to think that I'm really trying to take a shot.
Oh, of course
not.
Yes, you are.
But
That's great.
Megamind comes because you're the producer of the show. You're the mind behind the show. One of the minds behind the show.
It bears more than a passing resemblance. Oh, my God.
That's fantastic. Best thing ever.
Oh man.
You nailed it.
So I mean, I did my homework, and I'm glad I did not let you guys down. And I think every single nickname has its merit to it, just like everybody nickname on the team. And yeah, that's the way to start the week with nickname Mondays, and boom, there you have it. So once again, we're gonna go with Wiggy the Turn Up. We're gonna go with Girl Dad Ken. Obviously, we're gonna go with the sensational, the beautiful, clean Diana. Following it up by Good Steve's Greg, and last but not least, we're going to go with Megamind.
Well, Kim, thank you.
Nailed that one.
you absolutely nailed it.
Yep.
And more importantly, couldn't be happier about last night for you and for this team. And I thank you for joining us this morning. And we'll have a great week, and we'll talk to you next Monday. All right.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank
Have
you.
a sensational week.
All right.
Later.
That is Cam Newton.